Hello, this is Joseph Gillette, Senior with Venture Capital Cross. I wanted to discuss AI and some concerns about it that I've heard recently about people's hesitation, saying that AI is evil, that it's something that we shouldn't give our spirits over to, and of course I totally agree with that, but I just want to walk it back a little bit and talk about it like a computer tool. I've been using computers since the 90s, and I've been studying machine intelligence since the late 90s and developing genetic algorithms to trade stocks or Forex, which is machine intelligence. The word artificial intelligence, I think, is a buzzword that has really created a lot of confusion, or to say that it's just a misleading term, because it can mean a lot of things. But because AI is such a buzzword, everything is AI now. So I think that's the problem. So saying that nothing is black and white. Certainly we have to have guardrails on AI that we don't want it to do something bad, but it's never going to be a Terminator type of situation. I mean, the AI that we're using it now, I'm sure the military has something more advanced, but the AI that consumers are using is really not that useful. I mean, it's helpful in some ways, and in others it's just not. So I thought what I would do here is just show some limitations to show what AI is not good at. And we're going to start with perplexity. So let's start with something that AI can do. Write 50 things how you can do with AI in an article. Okay, this is the best thing AI can do, is make lists. It can write Python code. It can do things like this. So this is what it can do. Now, as far as automated article generation, that's been around for at least 10 years, maybe 15 years. It's probably existed in military circles a lot longer. But if you're doing SEO, if you're doing... Power just went out. "50 things you can do with AI." Here's the answer. So this is a nice article. There's references. That's about the extent of what AI can do now. I mean, it can create a daily plan for you. It can do lots of things like this. Now let's try and create an image. Create a logo that has a horse and a big shield that says Maximus. So I've noticed there's a few things that are really simple that AI cannot do. One of them is spelling. And this is a big mystery to me, because if you're writing the text, then, oh, I got it right. Wow. That's the first time. I even posted I'm gonna load it on Twitter and then restart the video. I posted several examples of AI not even being able to just write the word as I wrote it. Let me get that message. Okay, here it is. You can see 1, 2, 8 examples. You can't spell Maximus. It's just nuts. So it was able to do it here, so they've obviously fixed that. This was in Firefly. This was in Grok from XAI. So every AI is different, and that's another thing, is they all have a different, like, I really don't like ChatGPT. The results aren't as good as I have in Perplexity and Grok, but I'd like to defend my use of AI technology, because this is really machine. It's not really intelligence. It's just they've just created a prompt. I mean, let's back up 20 years. I had a prompt in, what year was it? 1993. It was called a DOS prompt. Can you simulate See? This is a DOS prompt. So I've had a prompt my whole life now since I started using computers when I was 12 years old. This AI prompt is not so different, except in that the possibilities of what you can write are almost limitless, and it's a language model that understands language for basic language. So you can't write a book. I've tried that. I mean, you have to write basically 50% of the book. You can use it to correct mistakes. You can use it for images and certain things. It can be a tool to help augment creativity, but it can't replace creativity. So I think this is the key difference. So when I'm using AI, it's like augmenting my work. So I've become like a power user. And that is a benefit of AI. So I don't think that all AI is bad, and I think it's unfair to say that everything they have is just useless. I mean, it's like Bill Gates is a Satanist, but that doesn't mean I don't use Windows. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I agree that like all the electricity, I heard George Kavassilas say that all the electricity generated is with kind of destructive forces like nuclear, which are bad energy, and all the AI uses that energy. So logically, everything is bad, which is true. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't use it. I mean, at least it's unavoidable for me building technology. I don't have access to anything else. I mean, if there's another platform with organic intelligence that taps into 0-point energy and I can manifest things, well, I would prefer to use that, but I don't have access to it. So it's like, you know, we're going to war with the army you have, not the army you want. So I think if we use AI responsibly and properly and do things that help us and not hurt us, and I put a lot of thought into that. Like I use AI to do research. I use it to research things like I can even look at some of my my history here. I searched the other day healing frequencies for someone I know who has bronchitis. And it explained these are the tones that you should use if you create binaural beats. It gave me some tips, layering organic sounds, humming, toning along like So I think if we put up the right walls, this can be helpful, especially if you're a computer user. So I don't look at this anyway as real AI. It's not sentient. What I'm using is not sentient. I mean, Grok has a little bit of a sense of humor, but it's very limited. It breaks. It has a lot of limitations. And the fact that they need so much computing power to fuel this AI is proof that it's really not that intelligent. Because if you take Deep Blue that beat Garry Kasparov in chess, it was a supercomputer. A supercomputer is just massive petaflops of computing power. And if you're taking that computer power to beat Garry Kasparov in chess, I mean, we're talking billions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions for sure. So is AI really that useful? And the answer is no. But I guess the point here is a shovel is a simple thing, and a shovel is useful. You can dig a ditch. This is a shovel, basically. It's a technology shovel. It's not really that advanced. So it's not like, I mean, they say it's advanced, and it is amazing compared to the last iteration of technology. But if you look in the grand scheme of things, it's not even close to what a human can do, and it never will be. I mean, it's never going to live our lives for us. That would just be absurd. And the level of absurdity is exaggerated by Luddites who are against computer technology. And as far as the argument of we have the power to like our brain and soul, our heart essence is more powerful than the biggest supercomputer, I'm all for that. And I have no dispute about that. I just think that we need to take the context of AI insofar as what it is, and it's really not like what the hype is. Like when we look at what it actually is doing, like a few examples I did just now, versus you read an article on the news, like what AI is doing. Like I read a robot folded laundry. Wow, I mean, is that really so advanced, and it is advancing. And I know that the formula that every 2 years technology is doubling faster and all this, but it's not going to become human. I mean, it's the military threat is a whole different thing, and that's something that I think the military needs to deal with. There has to be. There's no question that AI could potentially be very dangerous. There's no question about that. And I heard in an interview that there's an AI problem in the space, in the cosmos, and that's real, and we have to address that. But the technology that we have now and that we're going to have in the next 10 years as consumers it's like firecrackers. I mean, it's really nothing to worry about, I think. Now, as far as, here's another point, having a friend, AI, I think that's just perverted. Or asking it spiritual questions about the meaning of life or God. It's nice if you're a philosopher or just for fun, but I wouldn't take it serious. And I wouldn't put any kind of the human nature element into it, because it is just a computer. I mean, you can search Google. What's the difference between AI and Google 20 years ago? People were, when Google came out, people were asking Google all kinds of things. And at first, people were very private about their search, and they start using DuckDuckGo and all this. And then at some point, it's like there's billions of people using this technology. How are they going to read all your text and emails? I mean, we're feeding AI all this free surveillance intel, but so what? What is it really doing? I mean, so AI knows that I like researching about binaural beats and frequencies that can heal us. What's wrong with that? I mean, there's got to be an organic, holistic path for technology, whatever it might be. And I get the whole argument about the energy, but that's out of our control. That's it's like in my business. I mean, in the venture capital business, you don't control the counterparty. I mean, a seller, like in real estate or anything else, I mean, seller can back out at any time. I just this morning had a friend call me and said, this guy after 3 months decided I'm not going to sell. 3 months of work just because some guy like decided. So there's that. So in the context of some applications, AI can be very helpful. For example, automated trading, algorithmic trading. You need machine intelligence to be able to execute your algorithm and to do the thinking, even if it's just an indicator-based system, even if it's just moving average crosses. So calculating things, databases, organizing. I mean, we live in a digital world. And the last thing I want to say on this, I don't think computing is the future. So I think the computer paradigm that we're in now is going to just massively shift in the next 5-10 years. At which point, AI will become less relevant, because the current iteration of AI and as much as smart as it can be, it's in the digital world. It's not going to that next quantum paradigm or the consciousness paradigm where there's just pure energy. So if we were talking about that kind of AI, that would be a totally different discussion. But I just wanted to stay grounded in the state where we're at now. Yes, we should be concerned, we should be alert, we should be cautious, but we should not be pressing the red alarm button, because the AI that we have now is simple, it's easy to control, it's not really, I mean, it's valuable, but the value is limited. I mean, look at these images where I'm trying to, it can't even spell Maximus, and we're worried about that it's going to take over the planet. So, small plug for Macro Tech Titan. Macro Tech Titan develops good AI or organic intelligence products. We have an app you can get for free, app.macrotechtitan.com. We have a model Maximus that we're working on, how AI can help us in our business, automated workflows, things like that, internet marketing, lead generation, and we have a CRM. So you can check out Macro Tech Titan if you're interested in positive AI, and And I think that these companies, some of them are really developing amazing stuff. So just be cautious. There's a lot of choices. So we're not forced to use one thing over another. There's a lot of choices. So just use what resonates with you. Thank you. Have a great day.